After Across the Spider-Verse, I just got insane. The movie was awesome. Now, don't worry, I won't spoil the movie, but we all know there's a spectacular Spider-Man in the poster, right? Twitter was going wild when the director of the movie confirms it. So I got curious. What makes Special Spectacular Spider-Man? Is the only reason that Spectacular Spider-Man got cancelled while it is not over? Or that cartoon show made something else the other cartoons did not? Well, we are about to find out. If you don't forget to subscribe to my channel, here's the first episode of Spectacular Spider-Man and what I think about it. The very first episode of Spectacular Spider-Man started in the sky, with, Spider-Man doing some Spider-Man stuff.
Tell me there's something better.
I am the Spectacular Spider-Man!
Well, yeah, being Spider-Man is cool and well, but I guess I imagine better things. Did you know in the series, Spider-Man's full name is Peter Benjamin Parker, which is same as that depressed Spider-Man variant only Into the Spider-Verse. Peter going to the patrol on the night before school started and hears a bank robbing sound and he go that place. Remember that guy? Isn't he looks familiar with that shirt? I guess I make William foreshadow matter for this video. Spider-Man has a weird spider signal on his belt and he's turned this thing on and caught one of the criminals. Meanwhile, there is a man in the shadow watch Spider-Man. Like I always said, cartoons and their openings. Also, here's another fun fact about cartoon openings. Most of the cartoons openings show our main character's origin and their relationship with other side characters. In that way, kids who started to watch the show with some random episode have an idea of the origin story of the protagonist. Ben 10, Danny Phantom, Samurai Jack, Gravity Falls, one of the shows that make this method. After that night, Peter got ready for school and while he is go down the stairs, he heard Aunt May talking with her friends. She said she has money issues and after that Uncle Ben passed away, she is not afford those stuff like before. Also, she don't want the Peter know those issues. I actually like the way that the shows reality. Peter is a poor kid and so he got the more responsibility on Aunt May. He needs a job but also he needs the superhero stuff. All the Spider-Man shows. I think that one is the greatest show when it comes to the real problems. Meanwhile, at the Oscorp Tech, there's a weird bald guy yelling at the introvert chubby scientist. I wonder who's that guy? Anyway, apparently Osborn stole the bald guy's idea and used it for his company. I guess the show keeps getting realistic. Meanwhile, Osborn arrives. Come on, we all know he's a bad guy. I mean, look at his attitude. Osborn just get out the man outside the door. At this time, you should look at the Dr. Octavius face, like he is saying himself that he is better keep quiet about the four robotic arm idea. We are in the Midtown Manhattan school. Peter meets two best friends of him, Henry and Gwen. What's the deal of Henry's arm, by the way? Is he like a puppet or something? I think I shouldn't say the answer. Peter stops listening to his friends and he gives attention to that blonde girl at the fountain. Probably he has a crush on her. But did you get that little detail that she totally looks like Gwen? Like you never talk with her and you never look at her, but in the same way you got a crush on her. And she totally looks like Gwen without pulling up her hair and wearing glasses. Anyway, Peter tries to talk with her and ask her to go out. Of course she denies it and bullies him in the middle of the school. After that, Flash and his friend Grant comes and Peter learns that she is Grant's girlfriend and apologizes him. And Grant say it's cool and doesn't care that much. His girlfriend got mad and yelled at him and Grant doesn't care that much again. Absolute Sigma male, he must be watching my Sigma videos to be sure. After that, Flash tries to bully Peter Parker but Peter fight back but it's useless on Flash. That man from the beginning of the episode showed up on the radio channel and his minions gathered all the bad guys for him. They call the man in shadow Big Man. I wonder who's that Big Man. Well, of course we do not see the Big Man real identity of the first two seasons, but come on, we know who is already. The Big Man ordered those guys to catch Spider-Man. After that, we back to school that just finished and the Gwen and Peter teachers find them and ask the trip. Peter got flashbacks and he said he'd never going to forget it. So the teacher said they got an intern chance to that lab. Peter and Gwen get so happy for that, but unlike Gwen, Peter happy for getting paid that internship and he finally have financially his own. Before the lab, he wants to hang out with his best friend Harry. Harry heard about the intern thing and he makes so happy for him too. But also Osborn will hear the thing and he bully his own son for not to get that chance unlike Peter. While they talking, a winged creature caught Osborn and left. Henry and Peter got shocked. Peter said Harry to call the cops and Harry leaves the place. After he leaves, Peter changes costume. We find out the winged creature is the bald guy that earlier, aka Vulture. Osborn do his, the Osborn stuff and make mess with him while he is flying top of the buildings in New York. So Vulture don't take these words anymore and throw him top to the building. While Osborn is falling, Peter got him and gave him to the police. After that, Spidey follow Vulture but Vulture got disappear. After that feeling follow mission, he is go to the lab with Gwen. Ayo, Peter's old best friend Eddie. Wow, look at the Peter, look at how he happy and look at the Eddies look so happy. They really are best friends. They met Connor's wife, and after this she calls her husband, but her husband secretly tries to cure his own arm. After that he came and met the people that who going to work. Peter talked with Eddie about his salary on this job, and Eddie says there is no payment for this. Peter got upset for this and wants a sign. A newspaper slap his face, and he look it up. In the newspaper there's a job for taking Spider-Man's picture, so Peter think he could do that and goes that place. We see James Jonah Jameson and Peter tries to talk with him, but he is not listening and get him out to the outside of the door. Come on, James Jonah Jameson always a villain for Spider-Man. Peter wear his suit and go back to the Henry's house for taking the shows that left this morning. Meanwhile, Osborn comes to the house and Vulture attack again, but Osborn get his car again and escape. While Vulture follow that car, Spidey comes and follow Vulture, but suddenly a helicopter shows up. The three men in the big man stand inside it follow Spidey also. Yeah, I think it's confusing too. Spidey got Vulture's feet, but that grounds catch Spidey with a web. Ironic, isn't it? Spidey make it to do out that web, but two grounds already surrounds him. Spidey catch one of them and jump to the building, but the other one jumps with him too. Spider-Man catch him while they are on the sky. Meanwhile, Vulture catch up on that car and take out its roof. In the nick of time, Spidey comes and save Osborn once again. Vulture asks Spider-Man why he protects Osborn, because Osborn is clearly a pure bad guy. And Spidey don't say anything, but think. He protect Osborn for Harry because he don't want to live same destiny with him. He lost Uncle Ben, but Harry not going to lose his father. Well, Peter, to be honest, he probably will be more happy if his father die. Meanwhile, a helicopter appear and attack Spider-Man. They would give him some rest, but Spider-Man used his brain and used Vulture wing as a weapon. Helicopter fall off and Vulture got catch. Spider-Man go back to home and find Aunt May super worried. She has called Peter over and over again, but he is not reply, so he's irresponsible for Aunt May. Oh come on, it is just me being Spider-Man, sadly being irresponsible while being responsible, because whenever Peter tries to something right, Spider-Man will be irresponsible always, but he always knows being great power comes with great responsibility. Wow, what the first episode, right? I'm glad that I watched it again. So in conclusion, it's basic Spider-Man story we know and we all love, but there's something more in the series that other series do not. I think it's the real problem. In the first episode, half of the episodes about is how Peter got a problems and how he tries to solve it, and I love that. Other shows most likely show our Spidey's funny and heroic side, but we love Spider-Man stories because in the comics we find ourselves. Also, I find some people that they don't like the art style. In my opinion, it's awesome. Yeah, it's cartoonish but epic some kind of a way. Characters are animated well and it goes nice with this story. Thanks for watching that far. Don't forget the web up, subscribe and the like buttons. See you next time.